good to have my sidekick back. There she is. There's Glastonbury tour. Right, a little advance warning here. I messed up. I really messed up. You're going to say, what have you done? Why have you planted those things there? Good morning, everybody. We're in the van and we're off to Glastonbury for breakfast because Joe is finally better. Really good news. There he is. Right, hello. Joe? Let me take my sunglasses off a minute so you can see better. It's a bit rude speaking to you with sunglasses on. Yeah, we're off to Glastonbury. We're going to have a nice breakfast in the Lazy Gecko because they did the best eggs the other day. And it's just so good to get out and it's so good to have my sidekick back. Hey, Joe? It was getting a bit like Groundhog Day at home. Just same old every day. So it's really good to get out. So I'm looking forward to wandering around with my husband. Just coming down into Pilton. That over there. Can't really see actually. Anyway, over there is the Glastonbury Festival site. These cute little cottages in Glastonbury on the way in. Really sweet. Funky doors. Look at these, aren't they sweet? This one has these amazing murals on the front. How pretty is that? Absolutely stunning. Fancy having that on the front of your house. Cool, eh? Where we're walking now is the other side of the Abbey, so this is the Abbey walls. In my previous video I showed you the front and the entrance. It's an absolutely huge site. Lots of lovely Georgian houses along here. Always waiting for me, looking at his watch. He wants his breakfast. High Street, which you've seen loads of times with me, but today is actually market day. Oh, look at those beautiful dogs. Beautiful, beautiful dog. Yeah. Look at Joe's. Joe's got the full veggie. That is really impressive. You see this lovely herb lady and her beautiful herbs. start, hey? Yeah, should we try some lovage? Some John's wort and some lovage, and I think maybe some muddled. That one. So I got some herbs off the lovely herb lady that's been doing the market here for decades, literally decades. So I got motherwort, clary sage, feverfew, and some thyme. So they're going in the new herb garden when we get back. Just got to show you this window with all the bees. It's got a bee theme to it. Lovely. Lovely breakfast, lovely sunny day, little walk around the market, and I've got some herbs, so I'm really chuffed about that. I'm going to put the herbs in now. I didn't show you. I'll show you. I'll turn you around. I'll show you. Just look at that field behind me. Does that not look like we've already had a long hot summer? It's mad, isn't it? It's that dry. We've had no rain for weeks. I'm not sure. We had a bit of rain one night, but weeks and weeks of dry weather, which, you know, I love. But that field, I mean, that looks like hay. Joe's just cut it and it looks like hay. It's only May. Anyway, let's plant these herbs. Right, little advance warning here. I messed up. I really messed up with the filming. So I'm going to have to do a voiceover over a lot of it. So just to pre-warn you that I messed up, but I'm not filming it again. So you'll have to put up with the voiceover. Sorry. Where are we going to put them? Where are we going to put what? I don't really know what is going to work where, really. Okay. This clary sage. Go here. How big does this one grow? St. John's wort. Does it say how big? 1 metre. Oh, it's quite big, isn't it? Okay, I don't really know actually. I'm just going to put them in, I think. I'm just going to do what I do because I you know, I don't plan. My gardening, as you've seen before, is very haphazard. So let's just bung them in. And that's my little St. John's wort there. I hope you can see me. This is the clary sage. Does this get big too? I don't know. It's got a heck of a lot of root on it. Let's bung that in there. And then we've got the motherwort. I've got a feeling I'm putting really big herbs in here. It might be massive. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, let's put them in anyway. Let's just do it. Be brave, Deb. Yeah, so a bit of a mess up there with the microphone, but I think I actually probably leant on it and switched it off. And I'm sorry about the rattly noise, but that must have been all those necklaces rattling against the microphone. So a bit of a disaster, but we live and learn. Yeah, so I'm basically just talking you through all those various herbs that I've just bought, with loads of useless chit chat as ever. So at this point I decided that I was going to split the supermarket herbs, the coriander and the basil, and put some in this lovely fish steamer that I had lying about, because I thought it might make a nice little herb garden for kitchen, nearer the kitchen area, so easier for cooking. So I've just got the little supermarket herbs there, and what I was telling you is that they look like a bushy plant, but they're literally loads of little seedlings that haven't been thinned out. So I'm splitting them. I've speeded it up because it's incredibly boring. It was a shame. I was having a lovely chat with you actually, but there you go. But I did notice that when I split them, there were sort of about 20 seedlings in each herb pot, which, if you had time and could be bothered, you could thin them all out and get lots and lots and lots of plants. So yeah, but I didn't. I just split them into 2 bunches, one for the herb garden and one for that fish steamer dish that you can see. And you can see my jaw is going non-stop, so it's such a shame. I remember just having a lovely chit chat. Ah yes, this is the bit where I've split them. I'm trying to show you. I think there was about 11 in one bit and about 17 in the other bit. There was a lot anyway in the basil. Yeah, they're good. They're a good, cheap way of getting some herbs anyway. At this point, I am deciding, I think, on whether... I wanted an extra herb in my fish steamer. And then I remembered I'd planted a parsley in my herb garden. So I decided to take it back out of the herb garden and see if I could split it. Yeah, that's right. So I've split it. And I'll put a little bit in my fish steamer. It's actually bolted. It's the weather's been so sunny and warm that the plant, as you can see there, is bolted. So it's sort of going to seed already. But anyway, I've split it. I've put half in my fish steamer, and then I'm going to put the other half back into the garden. Yep, so there we go. Putting back the parsley. And I'm just going to put the other parts of the split basil and coriander back into the garden. So it's really weird doing a voiceover for you because it's not so natural. I mean, normally I just chatter because I'm busy. As I'm sitting here speaking to you about what I'm doing, it's very odd indeed. So lesson learnt. So everything's having a bit of a water. And that's it really. So just a quick water, but then you can see that. You don't really need me to tell you what I'm doing because you have eyes and you can see it. But because I've taken the sound away where I was yabba, 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 I've got to fill this gap, you see. Anyway, hopefully we're going to come back to my real sound now. Well, Major Deb, mistake again. That blooming microphone, which is the bane of my life. I don't know why I don't just throw it in the bin. Had stopped working. So everything that I just filmed has no sound. So I'm going to have to do a horrible voiceover, which never sounds very real, does it? Unless I can find, I might be able to find some nice, maybe I'll find some nice background bird song or something, so you don't have to hear the traffic. So that might be quite a relief. But you're going to miss out on all my normal waffle though. But anyway, so I've messed up, but I'm not going to film it again because obviously I'm not going to do it again because it's just not. Oh, how annoying! And I was having such a good day. Anyway, yeah, I've no doubt some of you are going to say, "What have you done? Why have you planted those things there?" And some are going to be too big, and it's just me. I just chuck it in and hope for the best. My cooking is a bit like that too. I make up my own recipes most of the time, but I think most of us do, don't we? If you've been a mum of lots of children, you've had to make the best of things, clear the fridge out and make the best of things. So I'll just turn you around and show you what I did do, because I described everything beautifully and I gave you a whole narration on the whole herb garden event, and my microphone didn't work. Right, turn you around. There we are. We have the thyme, parsley that I split, some coriander, that's my old sage plant, that's the St John's wort, that's the feverfew, that's a rosemary plant that I put in there the other day. This is the clary sage, which I know nothing about. This is motherwort, and then I've got some oregano that I've had for a long time and I've just taken out of the pot, and some basil. Yeah, so overall I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, so I'm quite pleased with that. And earlier I did show you, and I don't know if you heard, but look at my dried up field. Looks like we're at the end of summer, doesn't it? Not at the end of spring. Yeah, very quiet here today. Very quiet here today. Nobody's about. Tommy's not in his studio. The girls aren't in their studios. So yeah, it's very quiet. Oh my goodness. Now you see why I made the comfrey tea. I mean, how could I not? How could I not? How beautiful is this? This is wild. This is not planted. So you've got the comfrey there, the acrolesia that's just come out nowhere. Fantastic, we love that. Oxeye daisies, buttercups. How pretty is that little area? I mean, the only thing that's been planted by me is that laurel there on the other side of the gate. But what a pretty little